folks, it's Sunday, posting on Saturday, 2.5 weeks late. I'm really sorry about this. As you guys know, the day that I was going to upload and like make a video, I got sick, and I was sick for like 2.5 days. I hadn't slept in like 48 hours. It was really, really bad, which is my first excuse. My second excuse is then because I was sick and I was like continued to be sick for a little bit, and then I just got really busy, and being sick and busy is like the worst thing ever. And then excuses. 2.5 weeks went by and I didn't make a video, and I suck, and I'm really sorry about that. But I am posting a video because I do love that we do this every year, and I hope we continue doing it. And like RJ said, I hope that we keep in touch better. So next, moving on. I'm a little bit resentful that you all decided to not edit your videos, because that means that I can't edit my videos without looking like a prick. So my video is going to be as long as RJ's, because I have no ability to self-censor. That's why I edit, because I just ramble. But I made notes so that I could at least try to stay on task, and because if I'm not allowed to edit, then I want to make sure that I know everything I have to say so that I don't say it later. Anyways, once again, very sorry for not posting when I was supposed to, but better late than never. Okay, so everyone else first. I just have to say, I was watching all of your guys' videos while I was in my favorite cafe that's right across from my new apartment, and I could not stop smiling. I was just like watching your videos like, oh, I don't even want to take notes. All I want to do is say congratulations to everyone. I'm so happy. But yeah, I loved all your guys' videos, and I love that we do this every year. I think it's so fun, you know, no matter how far we get in life away from each other, we always have something to bring us together and blah, 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 sappy stuff. Okay, Shane, obviously, congratulations. You know, we congratulated you when you moved in with your girlfriend last year, and now she's your fiance, and by next year she'll be your wife, and that's so crazy. What? I'm really happy for you. I mean, I see you post on Facebook all the time, and your Woman Crush Wednesday for like 3.5 months or so was just your girlfriend, and I'm just really happy for you guys, and I hope you do either make a video or a live stream. I'd love to see your wedding, because I just can't wait to see you look happier than, if possible, you've ever been. So I'm really happy for you. Also, congratulations to us, because we totally got Milo Ventimiglia to come back to Gilmore Girls. That was you and me, buddy. That was you and me, and we did it. So congratulations. Benjo, your video is just really adorable. I'm really glad that you made a video again. Congratulations to you on continuing to be with your girl, and for buying a car and being such an adult. When did that happen? You know, like RJ refers to you as a lumberjack, which is kind of you do kind of have just that lumberjack vibe, and yet you just bought a new car and work at a bank, and you're so adult, and I just love that you're all of those things at once. So congratulations. I'm really happy for you, and I'll get to my media recommendations later, but I've also watched Master of None just like you and Laya, and I also really enjoyed it. So good shows, but I have so many more to recommend to you. You have no idea. Christina, obviously we haven't heard from you, but I hope you do make a video. You know, we haven't seen you in a while, and like RJ said, you know, all I really see from you is like your 30 Seconds to Mars stuff, which I know is super important to you. So I'm glad that you're, you know, still into that. You haven't grown out of it or whatever. People probably assume that you will, but I'm glad that you're doing well. It seems like you are. So hopefully you make a video. Emily, same thing to you. Haven't really talked to you in a while, and I hope that you post a video at some point. I know you're busy, but it seems like you're also doing well. The last time we talked, I think, was you commented on a Brains video, and that was really sweet, and I was really happy that you watched it. I'm glad that some of you guys have seen it, because it's, you know, it's kind of the only thing I've been doing, as RJ mentioned, and I was really happy that you watched it and seemed to enjoy it. So Emily, hope to hear from you soon as well. Okay, next up is RJ. I'm really sorry that you're having anxiety about moving, because moving is the absolute worst. I will get to my own anxiety in a little bit, but I'm really sorry that you have to do that. But I'm really happy that you are. You know, it sounds like you're moving up and onwards in the world, and I'm really, you know, proud of you and whatnot. And so I hope that it goes well, and I hope that, you know, the anxiety lifts once you actually get into that position or headspace. And if you ever need to talk or vent about how awful moving is, I got you, buddy, because moving is awful. It is the worst thing, and I've moved so many times in the past couple of years, so I feel you. But also I'm really glad that you're still, you know, making videos and doing stuff with your friends no matter where you are in your life. And who knows, maybe you, me, and Laya will make a web series together someday, you know, because we're all kind of still in the film industry in some way, or we're related to it at some point. So I don't know, maybe. International web series, we'll see. We'll talk about this later. And Laya, I'm, you know, really happy to see you. I'm glad that your power situation got worked out so that you could post a video. I'm sorry that everything happened with your documentary job. It sounded like you loved that job, and it sucks that that's how it ended. I'm really sorry about that. But I'm glad that you're enjoying your new job. I totally feel you about having a job that once you leave, you don't have to think about because you have no responsibilities past like being in your, you know, wherever you are. Like that's my new position now too, is like that. And it's such a relief, isn't it? To be able to go to work and then once you're gone from work, you don't have to deal with work anymore. You can do whatever you want. You're free to just do literally anything else, and you don't have to like stress out about it. Like, oh, that's such a great feeling. And so I'm really glad that you found something like that. Even though it's not really in your industry, I'm glad that you found something that has enough positives to be, you know, good for now. So I'm glad to hear that things are looking up. And congratulations on your new lady. Hopefully we'll get to meet her someday, or hopefully she doesn't hate us and is suspicious of us and will eventually, you know, smile on camera for a little bit, because I'd love to meet her. We've seen Alyssa, everyone's seen Alyssa. And Benjo, you're a girl too. We should see more of people. You guys know Quinn. He's been here before. He doesn't like being on camera, but you've seen him enough now that I don't think I have to show him again. And yeah, so that's everyone else. Congratulations. I'm already at 7 minutes, because of course I am. I'm the worst at this, I'm telling you. I'm so mad that you guys don't let me edit. Okay, so for me, RJ basically summed it up when he, like, in the middle of his video goes to my Facebook page and he goes, "Oh my god, Brie, we get it. Brains." I'm like, yeah. But honestly, like, that's all that's going on. Like, I have a couple other things that happened to me, but like, the major thing is brains, you know? And it's been less than a year since we, like, I mean, it's been about a year since we started, you know, pre-production on season 1, but like, yeah, so much has happened in such a short period of time. So, and because so much goes into it, like, yeah, I have mostly only brains, but brains is going really well. Our Indiegogo campaign is technically still accepting donations because of some trickery on my part, but hopefully we'll make a little bit more there, because filmmaking is expansive. But I'm so excited about the new season. You guys that haven't caught up should definitely catch up, because season 2 is gonna be so much better. Like, for so many reasons. There are so many reasons that season 2 is gonna be better, but you can't fully appreciate that unless you watch season 1. So, shameless plug out of the way. I rewatched my video from last year, and obviously almost everything that I talk about in that video has changed. So we'll get into that. So one of the first things I mentioned was moving to New York and everything. And so I'm still in New York. I'm in a different apartment now, an actual apartment. I'm not just renting a tiny room. Like, I'm on the lease for this apartment, which is nice and very stressful. And I moved in with Quinn a couple months ago. Quinn, boyfriend, who you met on the first day that we started dating, and all of that good stuff. So he's here. That's very nice. I like living with Quinn, and we've been together for 3 years and some change now, which is a really long time. So go us. Cool. Related to moving and anxiety, RJ, like, again, I totally get it. Moving is the worst. Like, life changes are the worst. Like, they're often necessary, but why do they have to suck so much? Also, last year I was working at Fika. I had like fairly recently been promoted to assistant manager, and in August I quit. So I actually quit my job around the same time Laya did. Not because I wasn't getting paid, although, like, for the amount of work I was doing, I was not getting paid. But for a lot of reasons. I think it's still too close to when it happened for me to, like, fully talk about. But suffice it to say, quitting my job was the best decision I ever made. And it allowed me to get my MTV internship. And now, actually, I'm not an MTV intern anymore, because I only had a semester for that internship. But because the like the floor that I worked on liked me so much, I got a temp job with the executive assistant to the president of MTV. So now I'm working as a temp at the same office that I was before, just like on a different part of it. And it's great. It's such a great job. It's like mostly data entry and just like helping with administrative stuff. But like Laya said, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, I come in, I do some stuff, and then I go home and I don't have to worry about it. And you'd think that a cafe would be like that, but no. Working in food service, at least in my experience of food service, was not like when you're clocked out, you're done until you're clocking back in. Like, that was not the experience I had at all. I was constantly having to like deal with issues. It doesn't matter. Fika was awful, but MTV is great. So hopefully I'll get to work there for a while more until, you know, I get super famous off Brains and can just do that full time. So I'll keep you posted on that. Also, last year, I talked about how I just started grad school, and now I'm like 2 months from being done with grad school, which is very weird. I cannot believe that happened. But yeah, in like 2.5 months, I will no longer be in any kind of education ever again. And I know I said that when I was graduating from college, but I'm serious this time. I'm not doing anything else school-wise. Like, I am going to be just an adult person, not a student and adult person. Not gonna do student anymore, so that's cool. Also, slightly embarrassingly, last year, I mentioned at the end of my video that I had just joined a new collab channel, and I was like, oh yeah, it'll make me post more often. Well, clearly that didn't last for very long. I think I posted 2 videos and then had to tell them like, okay, so I can't actually post any more videos. I don't have time. And the reason for that is, of course, Brains. I wildly underestimated how much work Brains was going to be when I first went into it. I mean, it didn't help that we were producing 2 other web series at the same time, one of which sort of failed spectacularly and one of which is still in post-production, but hopefully we'll get it up soon. But yeah, I wildly underestimated how much work filmmaking is. Like, I was sort of expecting, like, so I had written the script. Once we cast it, people memorize their lines, we show up for a couple of days, film it all, done. That's it. That's not it at all. There were so many things we had to do. So it was very stressful. And if we want to talk about anxiety, like, Brains is my major source of anxiety in my life, which of course then translates to literally everything else. But yeah, I go through periods where I think, oh wow, I've done so much work, I'm almost done with like all the brain stuff I can be doing right now. And then I notice one thing and I'm like, nope, I have 18 more hours of work left to do. And so then I do it, and I'm like, season 2 was not something that I expected to be able to do. You know, I'd written the script basically as soon as we wrapped season 1, but I was like, this is never gonna happen. There's no way I can get these people to, oh, okay, we're doing it now. And although I'm really excited for season 2, because again, it's gonna look so great. It's gonna look so great, you guys. It could fall apart at any moment, and it's so much more expensive than last time because we're actually trying to pay people, which is good, but also we need money to pay people, and we don't like super have a lot, so it's very stressful. And I just really want it to happen because I love working with all these people, and I love the story, I love Brains, I love being Allison Sumner, and I just, there are so many things that could go wrong in filmmaking. When you're just like a writer like I used to be, like, you know, prose and stuff, you do the thing on your own for a long time and then you're done, and then maybe you show it to a couple of people and redo it a couple of times and then like send it out and hope. But like with filmmaking, there are so many things that happen when you're like going from like writing a script to being able to show people your thing. There are so many other people involved, and while that's amazing and I love the collaborative aspect and I love learning from all of these people who have different skill sets than me, it's so stressful. Oh my god. So, that ended weird, but yeah. I have now been filming for as long as RJ had been filming, and now I can no longer make fun of him for how long his video was, which is too bad because I was totally gonna do that, but I told you this was gonna happen. If you don't let me edit, then this is what happens. But yeah, the only thing going on in my life is Brains, because every part of my life involves Brains. Like, for Christmas and my birthday, which were both like a couple months ago, the only thing I asked for were props for Brains so that all of the money we raised from the eventual Indiegogo campaign could just go to paying people. So like literally, my mom was like, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, I need an anatomical brain model, I need some fake blood, I need a new fake machete. So I was just like listing these things off, and she's like, okay, well, like, what about for you? And I was like, this is for me. Wait, I also need some clothespins for something. And then my grandparents were like, what do you want? I was like, okay, well, I need photography for set dressing. I need new zombie makeup. And that's what I did. And then when people gave me like Amazon gift cards or Target gift cards, I would also use those for brands. So, you know, I bought costume stuff with the Target gift card. With the Amazon gift card, I bought like a bunch of set dressing stuff. And like, yeah, so literally my entire life is brands. Anytime I meet someone, I'm like, hey, do you have a sweater vest? Or like, hey, do you want to be an extra in a zombie web series? And like all of this stuff. It's ridiculous. I am ridiculous. That's all I'm doing anymore. But like I said last year, I have never been more convinced that this is absolutely what I should be doing with my life. Like the fact that it is completely all-encompassing, that I am completely stressed out all of the time, and yet I cannot imagine doing anything else is, I think, a good sign. So yeah, this was a really long video. If you stuck with me for this whole time, good for you. I'm very impressed with you. And yeah, I love that we do this every year. We should try to stay in touch more. Maybe we should have another like we should make like a Facebook chat group where we can every once in a while just like check in and that kind of stuff. That I think would be good. I'll make that. I'll do that. I can do that. I don't know why I'm like, we should do, I can just do that. So maybe I'll do that. Okay, I miss you guys, but I'm glad everyone's doing well. And I hope that Christina and Emily and maybe even Abby will post a video